Much a fan of one magic damage source, but this time Team Liquid once again bringing that out. And APA is also a classic Taliyah player. Before, people knew him as a Ziggs player, they knew him as an Aurelion Soul and Taliyah player. He would roam around the map a lot. This is an opportunity. Liquid, so much extra pressure in this lane, not just because you're trading, but you also have to remember that Team Liquid is...
Flash? Okay, they're just trying to kill Yan here, and it might just work out, but now one last auto on a June in his first blood to the Lucian of all players, as now Noah's alone. He's trying to get the kill on a Core JJ. He's not even going to be able to kill the Nami. He can't even get the Nami. Okay, he hits level 2, and now one last auto might do it. He does proc his barrier, but now he has to flash bottom lane just to help them get across the line and get a massive lead in this bottom lane. And now Umpty's here. Nobody's got flash. Nobody. And they think they're safe. They think they're the ones hiding as now Flash comes in from Umpty. And June is almost 100% dead as the damage is coming in. Aftershock not going to save him. And Noah in a bit of trouble himself, takes a huge chunk of damage.
Without doing that, but it is just a complete domination top to bottom. Only 6 minutes, not even 6 minutes in, as they're already going for Razork.
Yeah, Razork going to get caught here. The wall from the Taliyah is excellent. And now they don't quite have the damage, though, as finally they do take him down. It's looking a little bit iffy there, as APA and Umpty were taking a huge amount of AoE damage from the Hui, but it's still going to be good for the side of Team Liquid. They get the... You know, I think that is true. It doesn't even surprise me, just the way it has been going, as this was the fight in the enemy jungle that Razork, you know, tried to make something happen on top side. All he gets is a thumbs up from Impact. And now we got to dive on bot side. They know that Razork is on the top side of the map, and Noah is just in a lot of trouble. Core JJ now, he will be traded back, and now we get a second kill over to the side of Fnatic. And through
all these characters are well known for scaling super hard into the game, and Fnatic trying to put a couple of them and get a little bit more gold in their pockets.
Well, they're trying to go for Core here, but he's just going to flash away. Noah does pick up the kill, and now Umpty in a little bit of a rough spot. Razork will go down to Yan, and now we got the Taliyah coming on in. Noah, he needs the kill, but he's not going to get it, as Umpty will survive, as APA again is there.
Overextended. Umpty just tanky enough when all is said and done to give APA the time to get there.
Yeah, now we got some plays on the top side. Core in a pretty rough spot. I really don't know what he was doing there, but maybe trying to get some vision. It does backfire, and he will be taken down. So, small little victory there for Fnatic, finding a free little piece of sushi in the top lane.
I mean, it feels like fish are supposed to be in the river, right? That's exactly what their native habitat is. No way.
Well,
what?
Okay, that's just a shutdown from Noah over Yan. Anything going, so instead Razork is just gonna show himself up on the top side alongside of June, looking for APA. That's a very nice hook, and now the ult comes in. That is a very dead Taliyah eventually, and that's another shutdown going into the hands of Fnatic.
Yeah, effectively they were able to move those pieces around the map. How effectively they were able to take down all of these structures. And admittedly, a big part of that was the fact that APA was on that Zig.
Put on that pressure. Can be difficult into the way, but if you don't have jungle priority, maybe, yeah, they're just going to poke him down. And now we got a wall as well just to push him out of the lane and secure this mid-tier 1. This will be a big victory and the lead built upon here for Team Liquid.
First turret of the game goes down in about 15 minutes. Now looking for Noah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Very, very dead this time, as Impacts on the Rumble will take him down. Now Oscarinen is getting some free time with the stop turret, but it's just more time where Noah's just not allowed to farm and is basically not allowed to be part of the game.
The game is a lot easier when one of your opponents doesn't really get to play, and now Razork coming around. Umpty's right around the corner.
Yeah, well, in the 1v1 should be fine, but now we got TP's coming in, we got June coming in as well, and Umpty, they're just going to leave him for dead. Not able to help him here, as even Impact might be in a little bit of trouble. The Ornn getting to work on him. June with the flash ult just to make 100% sure, and with Impact on no flash, it will be eventually the kill going over to Oscarinen. So nice little turnaround there on the bottom. June, everybody is trying to just magnetize towards the action.
Razork is there as well. Team Liquid might be fighting off more than they can chew.
Yeah, June is going to be in an interesting spot, but like you mentioned, just trying to bait for this one. Core getting pretty low as he will flash the rocket, and now we do have Razork, and a massive equalizer going to hit everybody. Even the humanoid has to back way in. The divide does come through. Rather, the seismic shove will pick up Noah, just the cherry on top.
Great stuff coming out from Team Liquid, finally finding one of those decisive...
Liquid are taking big strides to increase that early lead that they've had for a very long time, but kind of stagnated on it for a while as that knockup is going to miss. Impact still in a lot of trouble here as Humanoid putting in that damage will knock the ult. And now a double knockup comes in here in the 2v2. You see June, though, is going to be kind of down. Some sniping, some help from Humanoid, but a lot of damage from Razork as well. They're trying to get Yun, but he is going to dash away from this one. As now Umpty looking again at the action. That wall is going to absolutely make quick work of him. And they also get the flash out of Oscar, who will get out of here. And it's just chaos on the top side of the map. There is zero vision. That ward is in their own jungle and immediately pinged out. And Team Liquid will be picking up the Hextech Drake. Will we have a fourth Infernal Soul? Yes, we will.
Wow.
As it does come out once again. We had 3 in a row in the BLG T1 series. Now we get a 4th one. It's Team Liquid making their way towards that soul, taking their first Drake.
The goal leads start to lie because we're starting to see the ornaments come through. Now I'm a little bit disappointed because they lost all their cool names, but Umpty just goes right on in.
He's going back in, and he is very tanky here on the Sintaoist. Now an ult onto Yun, just trying to zone him away, but Umpty's getting a lot of value in himself as eventually he goes down, but now the culling comes out. As Yun is eating damage from the Baron, he nearly dies to it, and actually will have to get out of here. Impact also going down, and a massive snipe comes out from Noah as another shutdown.
Extra rocket coming through from Noah is able to pick him up in this fight. Didn't even realize that it was coming through, and that's part of why others don't do any good.
Just not seeing it as a nice little play to get that dredge line into the wall from June. But yeah, now we're going to have the fight breaking out once here again, as Impact does have TP if they want to come into this one. And there it is, straight into the fight is now. Humanoid. Trying to turn on the Humanoid. He just runs into the enemy team and immediately dies. But it's Impact doing the exact same thing with his TP. As down he's going to go. CoreJJ barely alive. It's only Yun. And yes, he is pretty fed, but I don't think he can go 1v4 here as Umpty trying to provide a front line. Oscar going in by himself. Umpty now trying to really provide that front line. Down will go Core, and Umpty is just a little bit too low. Young desperate to try to 1v4, but it's not happening. That's now the Ornn ult is coming from downtown. And unfortunately, they're like, all right, you want to fight? We're going to fight. We're ahead. We're just going to do it. But, you know, sometimes the goal difference, as you mentioned, it can lie. Fnatic is getting those ornaments online.
If this was a scrim, we would not have even played it. But now, I mean, this is why you actually got to play some of those scrims, so you can look for opportunities like this.
Well, they're trying to go all in onto the Nautilus. This time, the equalizer will come down as the Ornn ult is pretty good here from Oscar in him, but there's just no follow-up as they would have had to force in through the choke. So
for the last 20 minutes, it's been hovering somewhere between 1.5 and 2.5, and now Impact getting caught.
Yeah, he's just immediately caught here. He tries to flash away as now Oscar in is going to be looking for the finisher, and he will get it as Razork actually gets the kill, and now Umpty just baited in. He's going to be taken down. A lot of damage is done by the culling, but it's now 3v5 for TL. As Fnatic, they get a couple of picks, they get the enemy jungler, and they will look to take the view on this Kha'Zix. I mean, he has found so many angles even from behind, and now that he's ahead, he's like, okay, now it's time to go on the hunt, and Jude does an excellent job. And, well, right as I'm saying Razork's doing well, he just immediately dies. And now we get a huge equalizer over the top. We do see the Ornn ultimate also going to try to peel for the team as we do see June going down, but now Yun taken out. Umpty going way too deep, but now APA is going to get the flank here, and maybe it's enough as APA will take out the Corki finally as Oscar in alone 1v2. And can he do much here? Will he take down CoreJJ? It's looking pretty likely as he does go unstoppable, and there is the knockup. But another one is the seismic shove. APA does deny the kill.
Really good fight ultimately from Team Liquid to deny most of the usage of the Baron buff in that last one. But it is yet another chaotic one as dives really deep. Oscar just too tanky to actually die. And at least this Baron buff will just like the position really doesn't feel like enough, simply because we really like Team Liquid's position, and now APA, a little bit of pressure with him, making sure that he is safe in that role. Fnatic still just kind of don't really care, right? There's like, well, you threw down an equalizer, but what if we had a Baron buff to neutralize that entirely? Yes, Team Liquid trade back, but at the same time, Razork is going to be picking up another Infernal Dragon. It looks like the Infernal Soul, one dragon away here for Fnatic, and at least Team Liquid will trade some gold back by getting the top lane turret and the mid lane turret. But I would absolutely rather be in Fnatic's position as they go for another roll.
Yeah, Yun is in a lot of trouble. He is going to flash away as the rest of the team is sure. I mean, Leandri's can do some good work.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. But maybe then the rest of the team just takes you down. So it does feel like Fnatic's in a pretty good spot, although Razork nearly does die. And now they're calling, and he has to flash away. Meanwhile, on the top side, Impact's in a lot of trouble, but the equalizer is good. And now a fight potentially brewing here. That's a very nice seismic shove to come out from the side of Team Liquid. But now in a lot of trouble. Does tank up a huge amount of the damage. And now Razork is back into the fight. Does take down Core. And the AoE damage from the way is huge. But now they go way too deep. And Humanoid and Noah barely surviving.
Teleport back in.
Trying to get this fight going again, and June is in a ton of trouble. He just goes down. And that's going to be the end of that TL. They force Fnatic to try to answer the call on the Baron, but now they're just going to have to
taking their time, making sure that Razork does not have an easy opportunity to jump into the pit. And Razork, as we know, is not even going to go for a steal at all, but Team Liquid love the fact.
NA versus EU is both the fastest game by far we've had so far, and also looking to potentially break the record for the longest game in the same series. As now, trying to frontline here, in a lot of trouble. Will Crescent Guard and try to get away from this one, but the knockup once again as Oscar in and will assassinate him, but now the knockup comes out when Oscar's in a bit of trouble. He has to get away. The equalizer is huge. The front line is just melting here on the side of Fnatic. Everybody is super low health, and a flash forward from Yun is enough to take the double kill. And now Noah's like desperately trying to hold on to this mid lane, but eventually he should go down as he's just poked away by Stones, and maybe Team Liquid, they just end the game here.
It took 37 minutes for Team Liquid to remember how much of a lead they had early on in this game. It is only Razork left to try and defend Fnatic's life in this tournament. He needs to do a miracle play right now if they want to keep on their key.
I just don't think he's got enough. You know, maybe if this was Ziggs or Onivia or something, but Kha'Zix's not looking good for him as Team Liquid took them quite a while in game number 2, but it will be the 2-0 victory to take the series up against Fnatic and win and move on here in the EW.